Let's talk about gun control for a minute. Just for a second, I'm not going to get into everything I feel and believe and all that. But let's talk about this. Over 80% of the country says citizens of these great United States that we're all a part of, if you're watching this in the United States. Over 80% have agreed with gun control. That's over 60% of Republicans agree with gun control. How do I even go about this? The two biggest spikes in gun sales over the last 20 years. The second biggest one was when Barack Obama was elected for his first term. That was the second largest one in the last 20 years. The largest one in the last 20 years was when Barack Obama was re-elected. I want you to pay close attention to what I'm saying, gun lobbyist. And I want you to hear what I'm saying. The reason for that is because your right-wing media, you always want to talk about liberal media this, liberal media that, your right-wing media convinces these people that if a Democrat is elected, that they are going to come and take their guns. And they freak out and they run out and buy a bunch of guns. The NRA gives these Republicans money. Watch this paper trail. The NRA gives these Republicans money so that they can push their agenda forward. And if they lose and the Democrats get an office, then they can say, now they're coming to take your guns, and they win both sides of the coin. More guns are getting sold, more guns are getting put into circulation. That's facts. That's not Bob's opinion. That's not the hippie opinion. That's facts. They use scare tactics to sell you guns, and then when they're not in power, they use scare tactics telling you that they're going to come and take your guns. I only have one question to end this entire debate. One question. To all of you people who are NRA supporters and you gun enthusiasts, I live in the South. We all have guns. You know, we have a shotgun here, we have a shotgun there. You know, we pistols strewn about. I have one question for you. They said this when Jimmy Carter became president. How many guns did Jimmy Carter take away from you? They said the same thing when Bill Clinton became president. How many guns did Bill Clinton take away from you? They said the same thing the first and second time. More importantly, when Barack Obama became president and was reelected. How many guns did somebody knock on your door and take away from you? None. Smart gun legislature. Legislation that reduces the risk of the wrong people getting firearms into their hands is 80 to 85% approved by America across partisan lines. That's Democrats and Republicans. We can all agree on background checks. We can all agree on these gun fairs, these gun shows that you can buy a handgun, you can buy a bump stock, you can buy mods to take your legal semi-automatic rifle and make it fully automatic. And both sides say that they're against that. They're against that being, but then you get these 15% that come on here and talk about they're trying to take our guns. This is our Second Amendment right. We have the right to defend ourselves against the Queen, which is what the actual Second Amendment is. Well, it says tyranny, but they meant the Queen. And listen, I support gun ownership. I do. And don't get me wrong, I support gun ownership. Like I said, I live in the South. We all have guns. All of us. Don't get it twisted. We all own guns. But there is a difference between owning a 12-gauge shotgun to protect your house and having a fucking AK or a fucking AR in your house. And I will tell you this. If somebody breaks into your house and you have a shotgun and, you know, if worse things come to worse and you have to pull that trigger, which, you know, I hope that never happens for any of you, but it happens, and you have a shotgun, you can cut that person down. You can end that threat right there. And probably, unless you've got buckshot in there or something, it will be non-lethal. It can be lethal. Obviously, don't get me wrong. I'm not crazy. It can be lethal. But if you live in a residential neighborhood and you shoot an intruder with a shotgun, the shot is not going to go all the way through your wall, through the wall of your neighbor's house, and hit an innocent person. If you have a 30-30, 40-06, if you have one of these rifles that are made for big game hunting, anytime you shoot a projectile that size at that high of a caliber, it's going to go through your wall, it's going to go through your neighbor's wall, and who knows who it's going to hit. It could hit their kid. It could hit them. I'm not saying that hunting rifles should be banned. I'm not. But if you are a responsible gun owner and you want to have that type of weapon, it needs to stay under lock and key at all times. And to protect your household, you need a shotgun. Everybody thought Al Gore was crazy. They just made fun of him just out the ass. And they were like, Al Gore says if you have a shotgun, you can protect your family. Well, what if this happens and that happens? And it was all these people that are just overly zealous when it comes to gun ownership. No one has ever come to take your guns. Ever. No one. Jimmy Carter didn't do it. Bill Clinton didn't do it. Barack Obama didn't do it. No one has ever come to take your guns. And when you listen to this media, this Fox News that says they're coming to take your guns, they're coming to take your guns, it's because they work for the NRA. And they know that by saying that, you'll go out and buy more guns. It's proven. It's fact. You will go and buy more guns the more they tell you that the evil left wing is going to come take your guns from you. The more they say that, the more you will go and buy guns. And that makes you corporate shills. That makes you sheeple who give your money to these corporations because they have so effectively brainwashed you. And they've told you one thing. They've sold you smoke and mirrors. They want to say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. All we're asking for, and all 85% of this country is asking for, which I have to take to mean 85% of you seeing this video. Can we get some background checks? Y'all know my mental history. You know mine. I should not be able to go and buy a handgun. You know, they're not going to come and take my shotgun that I use to protect my house if it need ever be. If the need ever rises, which it won't. So the shotgun gets to stay in the corner and it don't matter. But they're never going to come and take it. They're not going to. All your guns that you already own, they're never going to come and take them from you. They're not going to do it. I don't care who becomes president. But they sell you this pack of lies and tell you that somebody's going to come take your shit when it's never going to happen ever. All we want, 85% of us, all we want is tougher bills and legislation to make it harder for the wrong people to get guns. We want to make it as hard on them as possible. And at the same time, make it as easy on us as law-abiding citizens as possible. Now, do you need a damn submachine gun? Do you need an Uzi? No. And you know you don't. Do you need a MAC-10? You know you don't. And don't conflate your interest as far as it's my Second Amendment right. It's okay. It's okay. It's my Second Amendment right. And it doesn't. You don't need those guns. You don't need a submachine gun. And when you buy one, eventually, somebody's going to break into your house. Yeah, I'm not saying it's likely to happen, but it's likely to happen. They're going to break into your house. They're going to take it. Next thing you know, 20 kids at a school are going to get killed. And you're going to go, well, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I bought the gun to protect my house because I needed a fucking Uzi to protect my house. And then somebody else takes it and goes and murders a bunch of kids. But it's okay. Because all those kids dying, and all those families that will never be the same, it's worth it. Because you got to protect your Second Amendment right. You guys have a good one. I'll see you next time.